This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out.
Oh,
he was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions offense will get the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on 3rd down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
To the ground, he's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Pulls it and fires to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. At the 20, he's got space. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down. This crowd knows when to bring it. Might as well give it to him again. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you've got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They're in the same conference, you idiot.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Oh, come on.
Opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
The give on 4th down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. So Michigan's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Quick completion on the out. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. And the Wolverines are marching down the field. Looking to move it through the air. He wants to go deep. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Snags it over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Hankerson. He's got his man. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. Spins away. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Using his legs, it's Witherspoon. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch.
Oh, man.
And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
To the air on first down. Getting some heat. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
These guys aren't human. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
And that one sails through the back of the end zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Gets it out quickly.
God!
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one.
That boy better go on the bench.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Now adjusting. You know those defenders wanted to light him up. Quarterback wisely gets down with the slide. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. It is good. And with that, they've taken the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Florida State has the lead at this time, but there haven't been quite as many tomahawk chops today as we expected. This is close. They're up by 7 over SMU. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Makes the grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room and he takes it to the house? Touchdown, Penn State!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Looking to throw, it's Hankerson. It's complete on the right side. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to make
it
with his feet.
Damn.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. He's going to pass. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll throw it. Got a man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He's got it.
Ooh, I thought I was going to hit that
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23.
In honor of Matt.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quarterback extends the play.
What?
They get to him as he throws. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top on first down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And
I thought he had beat out more.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They start this 3rd quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my
Jesus,
coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip
Win or
off
lose.
that one for a first down.
Highlight reel.
They'll throw it on first down. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Hankerson. Fires to the middle. It's complete. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And a really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The play action fake.
Ooh.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the line.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football.
What the fuck? And that one will give him the lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and we love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He's not going to get there as the defense comes up with the stop on the 2-point conversion attempt, and it remains a 5-point game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out.
Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
He's got an alley.
Take it home in the big house.
Can they catch him?
Goodbye.
They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by volition.
They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He finds his man. Tackled immediately after the catch.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Scanning the field, it's Hankerson. Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. The problem is these guys are so...
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And how about the aggressive play call? 3rd and 1. And you still throw the football, taking a shot and saying, I'm going to go make a big play. The defense was disciplined, get the quarterback on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
No fair catches here, looking for creating solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
All right, there, 51.
Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he's running in the open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven.
Oh, no.
I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice game on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
I should have kept running.
Right, get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Penn State 29, Michigan 19.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He's got him this time. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Wolverines want to crank the tempo. To the air, it's Hankerson. Floating away. Going to try to get it himself. And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. A lot of urgency for this offense.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards.
What a grab by the defense.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw on first down. Looking deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Lord have mercy.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Well, jet sweep pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this deep. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Trying to get to it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. That'll put a smile on the OC's face to get a little breathing room. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Back to pass, it's Hankerson. Quick strike complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the tight end.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He wants to throw it again. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is.
What?
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Hankerson. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw, never gave his receiver a chance. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Michigan!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions. Football game, it would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight.
Oh my God,
he'll make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tagged.
Throws for the tight end. He's got it. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week.